I spoke to the former Shadow Culture Secretary that Michael was talking about there, Michael Dugher. As Michael said, his Twitter account says he was sacked for too much straight talking, so I asked him whether that was exactly how he saw it.
Well, I think so. I spoke to Jeremy this morning, and his explanation for me going, he said he didn't like some of the things that I'd written. I pointed out to him that what I'd said in recent days was really as a result of weeks and weeks of really unfair pressure on colleagues, really good colleagues in the Shadow Cabinet. Have had this barrage of briefing against them, naming individuals who are to be fired in a New Year reshuffle because they took a different view than Jeremy Corbyn on a free vote on Syria. I thought that was really demoralising for those colleagues. I thought it was damaging for the Labour Party. I thought it was a huge distraction from what we should be doing, which is attacking the Tories. I made that point as gently as possible in the spirit of Jeremy's new politics and debate and dissent, and I'm afraid I paid the price for that, but I don't regret it at all.
You had some pretty fruity quotes, didn't you? I mean, you were openly disloyal, so you must have partly seen this coming.
I was actually very loyal to the ideas that Jeremy talked about 4 months ago when he said we're going to have a new kind of politics. We are going to have straight-talking, honest politics, and I'm a fairly straight talker. But
you talked about the risk of turning the party into a religious sect, though.
Yeah, on an interview, I reminded people that it's a broad church, not a religious cult. I think that's a statement of fact, rather than any kind of, shot across the bow. What I said in that interview was that I defended Jeremy's new politics. I said, here's someone, who gave us a free vote on Syria. Here's someone who talked about at the very beginning, when he became leader, about bringing people together, about having the confidence to have debates, to have a little dissent. I was really attracted by that. The real casualty today in this reshuffle is not me, it's the new politics, because the truth is, that's just not how things have worked out in practice. And I really regret that.
So it's rumoured that Emily Thornberry, Mr Corbyn's Islington neighbour, is tipped for quite a big promotion. She, of course, tweeted rather disparagingly about White Van Man. How would you view that?
Well, Islington is a very different place to lots of other parts of the country. Without a statement of the obvious, I think it's very hard to win elections if you can't persuade some people who drive white vans that they might consider voting Labour. So, there was a reason why she went, and I think we have to be really, really careful about that. I think the idea that we sort of look down our nose at these people, or that we find them, slightly alien or strange, actually these are decent, hard-working people, who live in my constituency, the people I grew up with. These are good people, and we want them to vote Labour again.
Do you think Jeremy Corbyn does look down his nose at White Van Man?
No, but I think we've got more work to do in connecting with some of those traditional working class communities, absolutely. And we've got a big test, in May, because Labour faces a huge electoral challenge in May. My view is Labour's got to meet that test. It's a big test for Jeremy as well. We ought to be holding on to the Welsh Government. We should be demonstrating that, as people have said, that Jeremy's anti-austerity message is the key to turning things around and making real progress in Scotland. I think we need to be making, really good gains in England. We should be winning in London.
And if you feel he hasn't passed those tests that you've set in May, would you have the guts to do something about it and to get him out?
No, I think we should be coming together now. I think...
But you're not coming together. I mean, the party's so disunited as we've...
And I think that was the real shame of what happened over Christmas, that that we had this campaign against, our own shadow cabinet, and I think that was so regrettable. But I think we have an opportunity now, I think, to learn from what happened over Christmas, for Jeremy to be true to his word in terms of the new politics that he promised, that we can unite, that we can campaign very hard, we can get after these Tories, and we can make doing well in May the real focus of everyone's intention, including mine, now on the backbench.